What is one thing that you need to make every single day, on the daily, without fail? You can't avoid it. It's called decisions. Our entire lives are affected by the decisions that we make. Our family life, our social life, our income level, our work life, our health and well being. I can go on and on and on. But every little thing in our life is affected by the decisions that we make. So it's so important to understand how to make constructive decisions and why we should make decisions that are based on us, not anybody else. What should I eat today? Do I stay in this marriage? What movie should I watch today? Should I have kids? What should I do with the rest of my life? Should I be friends with her? I don't think so. Now, one would think that something as so important as to making decisions would be taught in schools. But not only is it missing in the educational curriculum, it's missing in most corporate trainings. So, how do we learn how to make decisions? How do we make decisions? How do we get into the confidence of making the right decisions for us? We got to learn that on our own. We are all on our own. It's our own mind and our own effort, and we got to train our brain to make decisions. Now, there are a couple of things that are important to realize when we're making decisions. I'm going to kind of focus on three things that affect our decision making process, and some of the things we just have to kick in the butt because they should not be a factor of our decision making process. So, the first thing that's very important, which I touched up on a last video, I think it was like 2 videos ago, is self image. Now, the behaviors of successful decision makers have been studied, and they are usually very confident and have a very high self image, and they are not afraid of making decisions. So, what prohibits us in making decisions and being firm about our decisions is low self confidence. So, we need to do things to boost our self confidence, boost our self image. You can go back to the last video because I will tell you how to do that. And just having a high self-image helps you make decisions that help you feel confident about making decisions. You don't think twice. You don't rethink and think and rethink and think and take so long to make decisions. That comes with having a low confidence, having low self-image because you're afraid of making that decision. Just make your decision. If it's not right, it's not the end of the world. Ain't gonna kill anybody. So you just have to have that confidence. And that is one thing that is so helpful in making decisions. The second thing is the fear of what other people think, which is ridiculous. I mean, come on, we really shouldn't care. They're not paying your bills. They're not paying my bills. So why should I care what other people think? It's what I do, my decisions, it's for my family and for myself. And if it doesn't affect anybody else, that's not their problem. It's none of their business what my decisions are. So we need to get out of our minds that fear of what other people are going to think about your decisions. It doesn't matter. If it makes you feel good, if it puts you on a high vibration, that is all that matters. If it puts you in a happy place, that is all that matters. You have to decide what's good for you. Don't let other people decide what's good for you. Who cares? Who cares what other people think? It doesn't matter. I know in our culture, in South Asian culture, we're so keen on thinking about, oh, what is this auntie gonna say? What is that person gonna say? And let me just tell you, they got their own issues, so it doesn't matter. I'll give you a little example. I would still be in a really, really, really bad marriage had I not decided to up and leave in 2008. It was. Okay, I was miserable for almost 3 years, so I decided to up and leave. It wasn't easy. I'm making it sound easy, but it was a very difficult decision, and I had to just disregard society and what other people would say to my parents, even though my parents are super cool and they were super supportive. But you just have to disregard that and see what's good for you. I would be missing out on this amazing life that I have right now. I have the best husband and I have 3 amazing daughters. And I wouldn't have seen it if I was too scared about what other people are going to think. You just got to take that leap of faith if you think it's right for you. And the third thing is the fear of failure, which goes back to caring about what other people are going to think. Don't be scared. If you do something and you've never done it before and it's a decision you're making for the first time, it's okay. And if you fail, that is okay as well. You don't know anything until you try. I had no idea of how to get into this wedding decorating business that I'm in now. This was like almost 4 years ago. But I was like, this is what I want. This is what gives me good energy. I love it. I feel excited when I think about decorating people's weddings and decorating people's homes and making floral arrangements. I love every second of it. So I don't know how to do it, but I'm going to take classes. I'm going to take an online course. I'll get certified. I'll learn. I'll figure it out. And I started with my first wedding. And then it was just like a boom, 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 boom effect because I loved it so much. I took the decision to start my business, gather my inventory, create a website. Once you make the decision to do something, I swear to you, if you make that decision with enthusiasm, all of the other things will just kind of fall into place. It's very weird how it works, but it works. It works every time as long as you have that desire to do that thing. Then everything will fall into place. I have learned and experienced this every time. So just charge your decision with enthusiasm. Be confident in your decision, and don't let other people have any effect on your decision. They don't matter. It really doesn't matter what they think. As long as you know you're doing it out of your good conscience, you're not hurting anybody, you're helping yourself, you're helping your own family, that is all that matters. I have a 5-year-old daughter. Her name is Parisha, and I'm trying to help train her mind into making decisions for herself. She's only 5, but I know that this will take her far in life because if she starts now, she'll develop the skill later on. It can be as simple as, what do you want as a side to your chicken? You want peas, you want potatoes, you want carrots? Decide. What do you want to watch for Monday night movies? You want to watch Trolls 2? Do you want to watch The Tooth Fairy? Or do you want to watch E.T.? So whenever we have these choices to make, I let her decide and we stick with it. And I think that those little things are good to develop in your kids because they're not going to be taught this in schools. So this is what I do with my 5-year-old because I think it'll help her in the long run. And coming from the South Asian background, we are very attuned to our parents making decisions for us because they think they're doing the best for us, and I appreciate that. We all do, and that's what their parents did for them, and then just the cycle goes on. But I think there is a certain point where we have guidance in our lives, of course, as children, but I also think that we're born with our inner guide, our inner intuition, which tells us which direction to go. You just know that you're meant to do certain things. And I think it's so important to listen to that inner guide and develop those skills and understand that you are here for a particular reason. You find out that purpose, and once you're clear on it, you decide that this is what you want to do with your life. The friends you want to make, the social life you want to have, the kind of work you want to do. You're here and you have one life, and I think we should make the most of it, and we should do what our heart desires because we will always be happy. And if we're happy, we're going to make the people around us happy. So decisions are so important. So decide. Today, decide. How do I want to be treated? How do I want people to treat me? If you're in a relationship, if you're about to get into a relationship, that's so important. We don't think about how we want to be treated. Sometimes we're just in something blindly and we just go with the flow. No, we need to be aware of how we're being treated, aware of how the other person is treating us. Now, if someone is mistreating us and not being nice to us, is that their fault? It's not their fault. We're allowing it. So we teach people how to treat us. And it's very important to make that decision because it really contributes to your happiness. Another thing to decide on is how you're going to feel when you wake up in the morning. How do you want to feel today? You're going to wake up with a smile and you're going to say, I'm going to have a wonderful day. Today is going to be amazing. You have no idea how much of an effect that thought has on your whole day when you wake up. And decide that you are going to surround yourself with positive energy, with uplifting people. Make that decision. All of these things that you decide on, they contribute to your happiness, they contribute to your energy, they contribute to your quality of life. And the happier you are, the happier the people around you are. You just emit that energy. So these decisions, they may seem small, but they are so big on, in the scheme of things. So make these decisions today. Decide how you want to be treated. Decide what kind of life you want to have. Decide what kind of attitude you want to have. Because you can create your own happiness. Our thoughts become our own reality. We don't realize how powerful our minds are.
Do it.